What's going on, everybody? Neo Trainer back again for part 2 of our Scarlet and Violet base set booster box opening. And we are going to be getting into the Violet set today. So without further ado, I'm too excited to get into this set because the Scarlet box was really fun to open. So we're just going to go ahead and get right into Violet. So let me go ahead and get this cut open for us. Now, if the Scarlet booster box was anything to go by, we should be expecting at least 4 EX, 1 Terrassalized Pokemon. We should be looking at our 1 secret rare, and we should also be getting, let me get this here, if I can, at least 3 of the art rares. So I felt like I was pretty happy with a lot of the hits that we got out of the Scarlet box. So I'm really excited to see what we're getting out of here. If you recall from the last video, the one card I'm really looking for is of my new favorite Pokemon, which is Greavard, because there is an art rare of Greavard in this set. So I'm hoping we can manage to go ahead and pull that today. But let's go ahead and get right into our first pack. I already have my trusty scissors off on the side, so we'll get these opened up. And we'll go ahead and put 1 card to the front. So we have our trainer right there. We have a Chansey. We have, oh, look at that. We have a Houndstone right off the bat. Okay. Or no, I'm sorry, not Houndstone, Greavard. See, I'm doing this opening at almost 12:30 at night, so mine's a little mixed up. But we do have my boy Greavard here, which is really cool to see. He's got the candle on his head. And then right behind that, we're actually getting our very first EX card, which we have the Magnezone EX. So that means it's already time for us to go ahead and pull out our sleeves and get him put away. So a good way to start this off. Really cool looking card there. I love the artwork for the Magnezone. Getting into pack 2. And keep in mind, we are going to be looking at about 5 cards per pack. I believe 30 packs out of the entire box. There we go. We have a Florges. We have Magnemite. Got Houndour. We got Tarantula, which does have an art rare card that I'm kind of keeping my fingers crossed I don't get out of this set. And then we have a Houndstone right there, so a regular holo Houndstone card, which is really cool to see. All right, so I'm actually pretty happy with what I've gotten so far, but let's go ahead and keep it going with our third pack. Okay, getting 1 to the front. We have, I believe that's Scovalion? Really weird looking Pokemon, to be honest. We have a Shuppet, Rotom. We have Scovalion's first form. I can't remember the name of that one at all. And then, oh, what did I say? There we go. So we have the Tarantula art rare right there. It's not that it's a bad card. It's just it's a 2-piece card, and I kind of feel like this one just feels so empty. But I will go ahead and take it, just as long as it doesn't take my chance for Greavard away from me. So there we go with our first art rare. Getting into our next pack. Here we go with that one to the front. We have, I believe that's Tentacruel. We have one of the Pommets. They all look the same to me, in my opinion. We have a second Greavard, so it looks like Greavard does get a second artwork in this set. And then we have that guy. Yep. Greedent makes a return. Definitely not a fan of the Skwovet and Greedent line, but he is back. Hopefully we can start getting something good out of these next few packs. There we go. We have Skwovet right there. Again, one of the Pommos, Pomettes. We have, I believe, Mousehold, which is an incredibly strange Pokemon, in my opinion, for the new games. He's very strange because, or they're very strange because they don't actually evolve. I know I spent so much time trying to get Mousehold to evolve from Tandemouse, but it turns out that like after you get to a certain level, the two baby mice just show up. There's no evolution screen or anything. They kind of just appear and the name changes. So it's definitely one of the weirder Pokemons that got released in this new series or this new generation. And oh, okay, so that was actually, looks like the last card in that one. So keeping it going. Don't know why I had another card behind that. Getting another card to the front. We have a basket full of fruit and bread, so I'm assuming for sandwiches. We have Arcanine. We have Shuppet. Tarantula again with its second art. And then we have a Heracross, which has a really cool looking artwork right there. Definitely appreciate that. Or I'm sorry, did I say Arcanine? I meant Growlithe. Growlithe. Like I said, I'm doing this opening pretty late tonight, so kind of got mush brain at this point. But I really want to get into the set. I've been waiting for a little bit. Looks like some kind of taser gun that we got going on there. Another Chansey. We have, again, one of the Pomettes. And then we have Bombardier. That's interesting looking. I really like that artwork as well. Not one of my favorite new Pokemon as well. Unfortunately, I feel like as many new Pokemon as they announced or they put out in this gen, there's a lot of Pokemon that are kind of like forgettable, in my opinion, or just not Pokemon that I want to spend a lot of time catching or even using as a part of my team. But I can't like them all. Not always going to have home runs. But getting into our next pack here, we have, what is that, our land whale. I can't remember his name off the top of my head either. We got Houndour. We have Toedscruel, which I love Toedscruel and Tentacruel. There's such interesting designs. I love the fact that they kind of just have land versions now of, the Tentacruel and on all of them. So it's really cool to see. And oh my god, that was not a card that I was expecting to pull, and especially being able to pull so early. So I kind of said in my last video, Miriam is definitely one of the chase cards in this set. It's not my favorite trainer card. I believe there's definitely some better looking cards, but I did say if I get it, I'm going to take it. So I'm definitely happy to see it. That's a really cool hit. Yeah, not going to focus too much on that though, even though it's a really great hit. We're just going to go ahead and keep it moving because I am slowly getting tired as I keep going through this opening as well. So trying to get this out as quick as possible. Next pack we have Fortress. We have a Rockabilly Bird. And then we have Miriam once again in her standard trainer card. Just continuing to plow through this left half of the box. Here we go with a Hypno. We have, Houndoom. That's really cool to see. We got our Grievard once again. And then, is that Pomo? I really don't know. But I do like the artwork on that one. The holo seems to fit it really, really well. So it's a really cool looking card. Just again, really forgettable Pokemon, in my opinion. We're moving right along. We have a Rotom, Pineco, and then looks like, I believe that's a rare candy. Keeping it going. We have a Mabassive, and like, wow, that is a really creepy looking card. You know, you kind of, in Arvin's storyline, you get to really feel bad for his Mabassive and stuff like that, but man, they make him look mean in that card. Okay, here we go with another Shuppet, Houndour, so it looks like we're going to get a lot of Houndours, and then right behind that we have an Ultra Ball. Next pack. We have some kind of helmet. We have a Primeape, Slowpoke. There we go with Mousehold, or a Tandem Mouse. And then right behind that, we have Professor Turo. Okay. Hard to believe, but we're already finished with the left side, so we're going to go ahead and get right into the right side. Looks like we have lots of EXs to still pull, and then we still have our art rares to start pulling out. We got 2 more at least. So here we go with a Bombardier. Got Drowsy. And, ooh, there we go. So our second EX, we got Iron Treads, which is, again, a really cool looking Pokemon. I am still more in the camp of Great Tusk, but Iron Treads I still think has a really cool looking design as well. I know there is an alternate art of Iron Treads and Great Tusk, which I hope at some point in time I'm able to pull those out of either the Japanese set or the English set if I really start to dive into the English set. I don't think I'm going to, so that might be a card, if keeping my fingers crossed doesn't jump up in price, I can just go ahead and buy as a single. But we'll see what happens, because I don't know if I want to go too much into the English set at this point, because I am still kind of focusing on Crown Z, to be honest. But here we keep going. We got Houndoom. We have, ooh, a Klefki. Not a card that I expect to get a holo, but I think is pretty neat there. Okay. Next pack. We have an Ultra Ball, Squovit, ooh, and then we got Annihilate. Now, this is another one of the evolutions that we got for existing Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet. I'm really happy to see, because it does kind of play off of, I guess, an entry for Primeape a long time ago that said that he would get so angry that, you know, if he got angry enough, he would die. So they kind of finally made it, said, hey, yeah, let's go ahead and work that into the game, because that's basically what Annihilate is. It's just a Primeape that passed away and became a Ghost-type Pokemon. So I like that they played into that lore. Next pack here, we have a Florges. After that, we should really actually be starting to pull a lot of hits out of this side, because we only have 4 hits so far and 3 came from the left. So we should start pulling out a lot coming up soon. But here we go. We have a Toxel, Pachirisu, which again has another really cool looking artwork. From there, we have another Hypno, Tarantula, Slowpoke, Growlithe, I made sure to remember this time, And then, ooh, Cyclizar. Okay. I kind of would like to see a little bit more with Cyclizar. Not just in the cards, but I kind of felt like Cyclizar could have been a bigger part of the game, and I felt like they didn't give him a whole lot. Really, you see him running around and people riding him, or at least sitting on top of him, but not doing much more than that. So I'm kind of excited to see if they do anything more with Cyclizar in the future of the game, as opposed to saying that it could be a relative of Koraidon or Miraidon. But keeping it going, we have another Tandem Mouse art. We have Magneton. And then, ooh, we got a sleepy little Squovit. Okay. Again, not one of my favorite Pokemon, but I do like the ode to this artwork because it's basically your character's Squovit from, or at least I'm assuming your character's mom's Squovit at the very beginning of the game that you find in the house. So I like that they're really taken directly from the game for that artwork. Okay. So that has us at 2 art rares, which leaves us one more chance for the Greavard. I'm really hoping we can get it out of this opening. If not, that is a card that I'm going to be buying as a single probably as soon as I turn off this video, because that is a card that I need to have in my collection. But we'll see what happens. We have another Mousehold, Tandem Mouse right after that. We have, ooh, there we go. Our Terrasilize. We have a Terrasilize Arcanine, more with that really cool looking glitter pattern on there. Good to see. I know Arcanine, the Terrasilize Arcanine, and the Terrasilize Gyarados did get full art versions as well, which have like a really interesting color palette to it. So those are cards that I'm not typically a big fan of the full art Pokemon cards, but those are ones that I would actually like to get in my collection at one point, just because they're so different from a typical full art card. But let's go ahead and keep it going. And to be honest, I think Arcanine and Gyarados are the only 2 Terrasilize Pokemon in these sets. So you're kind of guaranteed them at this point. You really don't have a choice at anything else in either side. But let's see here. We have another Bombardier. I am definitely interested in seeing more Terrasilize Pokemon cards in the future and see what they come out with. Who actually gets some, or who actually gets Terrasilize. I'm sure you're going to see a lot of Pokemon in future sets. But you never know. You never know what you're going to see. Keeping it going, we have Primate once again, and then right behind that, a trainer card. So we are getting down to our last, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 packs. We have, what is that? 6 hits so far, so we should be expecting at least 3 more hits out of the rest of this box. So I'm still hoping for some really good stuff. We definitely got a big hitter with that Miriam full art card, just because last time I checked, that card is way overpriced at $350. I don't believe it's deserving of being that big of a price at all, but the market has just driven up so much. I really believe, you know, once that comes out in English, you're going to see the prices on that just shrink drastically. But again, the market is crazy right now. But here we go. We have a Drowsy, and then right behind that, another non-holo. Next pack, we have Tarantula, and ooh, there we go, with another Houndstone. So we managed to pull 2 Houndstone Hollows out of this box. We are getting into, I think, the last 6 here, which I'll go ahead and say while I'm opening up this pack. If you made it this far, as always, I really appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos. It means a lot that you decide to listen to me ramble while I just open up Pokemon cards. I really appreciate if you would do the whole YouTube thing, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell for when I do put out videos. And if you feel like sharing a video to your friends or sharing it to somebody else, I'd really appreciate that as well. Keep in mind, I do have my Instagram page at neo_trainer, which I'll go ahead and keep a link in the description below. So if you want to ever follow me over there and see me post my hits, definitely feel free to do so. I'd really appreciate it. But here we keep going with our fortress. And that puts us into our last, let's see here, actually last 4 packs. So we should hypothetically be getting something out of every, or at least 3 of these 4 packs. So let's see what happens. We have a Toxtricity, which is the first time we're seeing this card. We have Toedscruel, or was it? I can't remember which one it is. But right behind that, we have a Spidops. Okay. So we have the EX of Spidops. Go ahead and get him sleeved up. That puts us at 3 EX and 1 Terrasilize EX so far. So 4 total. So we should be looking at 1 more EX. And we still have an art rare that we should be pulling. Okay. Pack number 3. We have Squovit. And, ooh, there's our art rare. So we have a Slowpoke looking out at the cobblestone street. Definitely a really cool looking art rare. But I'm definitely feeling a little let down that I wasn't able to pull that Greavard. So, like I said, as soon as I end this video, I'm probably hopping onto eBay and buying my Greavard cards. Got to make sure I have them in my collection. We go ahead and get the Slowpoke sleeved up. And then move on to our last 2 packs. So which one is going to have our last EX? Here we go. We have Growlithe again, Mankey, and Toxtricity. So that means this last pack should actually be a hit for us. So let's get this opened up. And we have here Tentacruel. Oh, yes, Tentacruel. We have Toxel. And everybody, we are going to be ending our opening on the new Scarlet and Violet sets with a trainer card. So it looks like we weren't guaranteed to get as many EX Pokemon as we did out of the Scarlet box. Again, I didn't go into this really knowing what to expect out of each box. So it's possible I may have just been very lucky on the last one, or been very unlucky on this one. Though, again, with what I've gotten out of here, I wouldn't say that I was unlucky, because I still got a lot of really cool stuff. Definitely some art rares that I wouldn't have preferred, but I'm definitely happy to take what I got, especially since out of all of this, I did get the Miriam card. Again, not one that I was particularly looking for, but it's still a really cool card nonetheless. But thank you guys again so much for taking the time to watch this video. Like I said before, like, comment, subscribe, all that below. Let me know what you think about not just the Violet set itself, but both the Scarlet and Violet overall. Do you plan on getting these sets? What were your favorite hits out of this video? You know, if you have opened it up, what have you been able to get so far? But other than that, keep an eye out for the next opening, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day.